Welcome back to the Rogue Island. It is just me and Trent today. Garrett's not here. And we're doing a review on
12 Strong, the declassified true story of the horse soldiers. I'm probably just going to call it 12 Strong review. It's a little too long, but yeah. Alright, so before we start, I want to tell you guys that there's going to be spoilers in this, so spoiler warning, man. Alright, so the plot synopsis basically, after September 11th, 2001, after the attack on the Trade Center, I forget what his name is, but I'm just going to call him Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth gets a group of these guys together, and they go to Afghanistan to help this sort of warlord guy out and his horse soldiers to help fight and beat the Taliban and Al Qaeda. Alright, so
yes.
that's bad enough. Anyway, so how'd you feel about this movie?
It was interesting. I mean, for a war movie, I thought it was pretty interesting. I'm not really into them so much, but I thought this was pretty good.
Yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I love war movies, and this one was pretty good as a war movie. I don't like I like older war movies, like Civil War, Revolutionary War, World War II, and stuff like that. Modern ones they feel different, because in modern warfare, you don't really march into combat or do like they did in World War II. You're sort of far away, distance most of the time, or whatever like that. So, but yeah, I still liked it though. At first I thought I wasn't, but it actually turned out to be pretty good. Okay, so let me go through some of my notes. Okay, so whenever that Azar guy was remember how he was in the village and he was all these people were crying and stuff like that, and he was asking those kids questions do you know what a long neck animal is? How do you spell it?
Yeah.
What's this? He was sort of testing them to see if they had actual education, because you can't educate
girls past 8.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. I feel like in the movie they had a lot less subtitles than they should have had. Because there were some times where they would say something you have no idea what they're saying. And then sometimes they have subtitles and stuff you feel like you wouldn't need subtitles for. I just thought that was a little weird.
For me, I just like subtitles on everything.
Yeah, I like subtitles and everything.
I have bad hearing as it is.
The part where they were trying to figure out if these guys were the Taliban or if they were just another faction, and they just reveal themselves to be the Taliban. I thought that was a little unrealistic.
Yeah, I thought that was. I didn't really get that.
Dude, he talked to the enemy general on multiple occasions, which is so weird.
And he's like, me and my American friends are gonna kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you really the Taliban? And everybody's like, yeah, we're the Taliban, come on over.
They just they basically warned them for attack. That was so stupid.
Yeah. I guess they just weren't, they weren't anticipating an airstrike, though.
Yeah, I guess so.
I just thought about that. They didn't use airstrikes before.
Yeah.
And, so they would have thought it was just gonna be on the ground and everything, and they have the numbers, so they would have assumed that they'd win. Yeah. So that makes sense, I guess.
Do you think horses can get PTSD?
I think it's, in a way, yes. It's they're
you see through gunfire,
stray animals,
grenades. Those horses would be messed up. I mean, they're trained, sure, but
you've seen
it's like war horse,
stray dogs or cats. You know how they get skittish around people a lot of times because they've seen stuff that traumatizes them. So I do think that they get a form of PTSD, but it's not. I don't know. I think in some ways it's different than people because we understand people's PTSD more.
Yeah.
And we've done a lot more research with it, and we know with research and science and whatever we've learned, we know a lot more about it.
Yeah. You see a lot of the people who are on horses. You see them die, but you never see the horses get shot a lot. You see them dead in another scene, but you never see the horses actually get shot. Because I mean, it's possible to do that. I mean, there's this really old movie. It's called Waterloo. It was made in 1978, and there are literally hundreds of horses, and when you'd hear gunfire on it, they would fall down. You'd be like, oh, wow, they got shot and everything. This movie didn't really get that. They just shot the soldiers.
That's because of, have you ever seen Ben-Hur?
No.
There was, when that was made, and, like, during the horse race, they, horses actually died when they were making it, and, I don't know, one of those, animal rights things, organizations came in and they started, they started making regulations and stuff, and there has to be some kind of representative there when you're doing stuff like that, and it's there's a lot tighter restrictions.
Yeah.
So instead of going through the, I guess it would be more of a headache to try to make it look like they're being shot without trying to make them stumble somehow.
Yeah.
It's a lot more difficult to do.
Okay. For a moment there, they said that Razad, or whatever his name was, shooting his own men. Like when they were first attacking.
Oh, yeah.
Why do that?
See, I didn't... because they were, running away from the battle. Like, so he was leading them in, and some of them basically defected.
Oh, okay.
But, see, what didn't make sense to me then was, later on he said about how it felt like you were losing family when you'd lose your men.
No, I'm talking about the Al-Qaeda guy.
Huh?
I'm talking about him. He was shooting his own guys when they were first attacking. Or when the Americans and them were attacking, he started shooting his own men.
The very first, like, fight or whatever?
I think so, maybe like second.
Oh, I thought that was, I thought that was the
general guy?
Yeah, the general who was...
something?
who was with the U.S. I thought he was the one shooting his men.
No, it was the other guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was because they were defecting.
Okay.
I just thought they were on the other side. But yeah, it was because they were defecting and he wasn't having defectors.
Alright. I thought it was pretty cool how Chris Hemsworth said, like you know how, like, they fight because they think that when they die, they get a reward in heaven. And he's like, I'll reward every last one of them. That was
I thought that was cool.
The battles I thought the battles were pretty cool. What did you think about them?
Yeah, I liked them. They definitely seemed to have action. They did have some blood. So it made it pretty realistic. Nothing really, in my opinion, nothing set them apart from, like, other battles. You know.
Yeah, a little bit. They blended in together.
They did, but I mean, like compared to other movies, nothing made them special to me. You know, it wasn't like, oh, you saw this happen and that was kind of cool. It was just a battle.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like it was poorly put together or acted out. It was just, there wasn't anything special about it.
I thought it was pretty cool how they, like, held their guns while they rode the horses.
Yeah.
You know, that was pretty cool. Okay, I don't know how true to the story this movie is, but it took just 23 days to get all of Al-Qaeda, or most of Al-Qaeda, out of Afghanistan. Like, I thought that took years, but okay. That's
what I thought, but, I don't know, maybe they got, like, maybe Al-Qaeda was a lot bigger than what we remember, because obviously we weren't really thinking about stuff like that when we were, like, 2 years old. So it could be that, like, what we knew of Al-Qaeda and Taliban was a lot smaller than what it was, because they were saying about it, the Taliban ruling Afghanistan. And, like, from what I remember, they were just, like, it was basically like a small faction. So what I assume is that the army just basically destroyed most of the Taliban, and there was a little bit of it left, and it just kind of, I don't know, struggled or something. But it was still there, but it never really died.
So I've never gotten this, but, like, okay, so the Taliban and Al-Qaeda are two different army comps or whatever, but they work together?
Yeah, the Taliban was like a small, what I was understanding is the Taliban was more of a,
militia?
Like,
or
something like that. Like, basically, like, the guy that was working with the army. Okay, so he had his, like, he was a warlord and had his warriors or whatever, and I think that's pretty much what the Taliban was, but Al-Qaeda was, like, an extremist group.
Okay.
That's what I got.
Alright. Okay,
and
so
Al-Qaeda was, sponsoring and supplying the Taliban. who basically did a lot of the grunt work, the dirty work, the fighting in Afghanistan.
Okay, so it's sort of like in Vietnam, there was like you had the North Vietnamese Army, and then you had like their sort of militia group. I forget what it was called, but like they had something like that. So okay, so that makes sense then. I don't, man. Where did like they get all of that? Like, where did they get their tanks and stuff? You know, like
Al Qaeda, because Al Qaeda was funding them. So they would have. I don't know how they got the money, but they had come up with the money to buy tanks and heavy weaponry and all.
Mm-hmm.
See, what I think was stupid is that they seem to be more out. I mean, they seem to have more equipment than the U.S.
Yeah,
or even than the like the other groups.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why you wouldn't, you know, if you're gonna send a couple men in, why don't you throw in like a tank or, you know, a truck or something for better transportation
trucks,
or whatever.
like hundreds of trucks.
With everything that we've got.
And that we had then, rocket thing, like that's high tech. Like that was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, but what I thought was interesting was like how the Northern Coalition, what was that?
The North Alliance or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. The differences just from like you spent like most of the movie with the one group, but then when you saw the second group, they seemed different. Like your first group had like all the horses and stuff, and that was it. The second group had cars.
Oh yeah. So
they had their own vehicles, and everybody. I mean, there was a lot of them too. And they were driving, and they.
I think actually that's like with all the car guys, I think that's a setup for the sequel, 13 Strong. I'm joking.
Oh.
The declassified story of the car soldiers.
Just to say that one went over my head.
They just run over people. Yeah. Okay, so did you have like a favorite character?
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth. And I kind of liked cool. The other guy, the guy who got wounded.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I liked him because he had experience, and also like I think also I like him because I recognize him because he's from Kangaroo Jack.
Oh okay.
He plays one of like the gangsters on that.
Okay. One reason I like Chris Hemsworth was he seemed to like even though he had no experience actually fighting.
Yeah.
He was as ready as he could be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, once he actually got into it and killed people, you could tell it was taking a toll on him. But he didn't hesitate.
Yeah.
And when that I guess he was a general or something, the bald dude.
Yeah.
Was basically questioning him. He showed that he was. I mean, he didn't deny that he doesn't have experience, but he also said that it didn't really matter because nobody had experience fighting this way.
Mm-hmm.
Working with a group that they knew nothing about, you know, in strange territory, fighting on horseback, with air support that's never really been used. That hadn't been used much, if at all, at that point. So pretty much everything about that was new. And he said about, you know, they're writing the book on this. There is no playbook. They're writing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he knew that. Before he even got into it, he just was able to analyze everything, and he knew, you know, about what we have been involved in, and he knew that this was new. And he did what he could to prepare himself for it, and because he was able to think ahead and, you know, really analyze these things, everybody came back home.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm not gonna ask for like a favorite battle because since they all like sort of blended in together. Mm-hmm. But do you have like a favorite sequence of the battle, like how a person got killed or how they took out someone or anything?
You mean like parts of battles?
Yeah.
I liked when they brought the truck in and they had it was shooting the missiles.
Oh yeah, okay.
I thought that was kind of cool. Because I didn't really see that coming until they were bringing it in. I was like, wow, that's actually kind of cool, you know. And then they had to work to. I mean, and he once again, Chris Hemsworth was analyzing, and he said, "You got 2 minutes, you know.
Yeah.
It holds 40 Once it shoots at, you got 2 minutes for them to reload. You got to take it down in that 2 minutes. And he got in there, and they took it down, and that was that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, for me, I think it was like whenever the truck was they were behind cover, and the truck, the Al Qaeda truck or whatever, was shooting at him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was like one of the guys picked up a rocket launcher and they shot at the truck and it took out the rest of the guys like that were behind the wall. I think that was my favorite. There were probably some other ones, I just don't remember them.
Oh, the other part I liked was when they did bomb. They bombed that area, and then like most of them were going down, and all of a sudden you see. I mean, like you knew something was up. You knew they were gonna come from somewhere, but you didn't know where. And you had people up top looking, and all of a sudden you see the muzzle of a gun come out,
that was.
And then you
cool.
see another one, and then you see another one, and I thought that was pretty cool.
And then they're pushing a truck up so you can't hear it. That was pretty cool.
Because I saw the truck moving, and I'm like, how can you not hear that? And then you see him around pushing it. I thought that was pretty cool too.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna get into the worst parts. Number one, I would say like you don't really spend a lot of time with the characters at home. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of the there's 12 of them there, and you get to know like 2 or 3 of them, but the other 9, you never really get any FaceTime with them. They're just sort of there, like we're gonna kick some ass. You know, it's basically it. That's all they all blended in together. So I never knew their names or anything. You know, like. You knew the Mexican one, the Chris Hemsworth, and then the Kangaroo Jack guy. You know, like just them only.
Yeah.
The again, like the battles were blended in together a little bit, and then I would say the beginning was very slow. I felt like.
Yeah.
Like I was just waiting for the battle. I'm like, okay, let's get all this set up or done with. You know.
Mm-hmm. The whole movie was pretty long though. I mean, what was it, like 2.5 hours?
It was 2 hours.
Oh, 2 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of that part. It seemed really slow. I mean, I guess 2 hours really isn't that long for a movie, but I don't know, a lot of parts just felt really slow.
I'm trying to think. What was the, I can't remember.
Like, even the battles. To me, I mean, like, I'm not saying they were slow, but they didn't feel fast-paced. They didn't make it feel like it was going by quickly, you know? Like, when you can get into, like, those action scenes and battles, usually the 5 minutes that it lasts feels less, you know? It just, 5 minutes felt like 5 minutes for those battles, you know?
Alright, so, this is just another thing I'm throwing in there, prequel story to 12 Strong called 11 Strong.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna keep doing it.
No.
And no sequels, no theories. What would you say the replay value on this is?
4. I mean, like I said, I'm not really big into war movies.
Yeah.
It was good watching it once, and I'm happy watching it once.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't watch it again, but I'm not gonna be looking it up on Netflix. You know, if I'm watching TV and it comes on, why not? But you know, if it comes on Netflix, I'm not looking.
Sort of just below medium, I guess. Like, it's if you want to watch it the first time, that's great. You know, but like there are other war movies that I'll watch over and over again, like Saving Private Ryan, The Patriot, Gettysburg. You know, those are all good movies. This one didn't really get me. Like another movie, sort of like that has this type of warfare, like modern warfare. Was you ever watch Act of Valor?
No.
Or American Sniper?
Yes. See, I did kind of think of American Sniper. I was watching this, and I thought that movie was pretty good. But. You know, I think I watched that like twice or something.
Yeah, I don't know if I would get this on Blu-ray DVD. I think it's a good war. Like if it's on Netflix, I'll put it on my list. But I only probably watch it once and just never watch it again. You know, so you know, don't get me wrong, it's still a good movie though. Like I think it's pretty good. Like even though like Rotten Tomatoes, it's rotten at like 55%. So it's just 5 away from being fresh on it. So. It's close to being a good movie, but just not. Probably because of most of the points I said. Like, it's too slow. You don't spend too much time with them.
Mm-hmm.
Everything sort of blended in together.
The other thing is, I mean, if you tried spending too much time with them, if you tried spending more time with each of the 12, you would have ended up at like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, you only have like one battle, probably.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was kind of like a damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Were there actually 12 soldiers?
I think so.
I think
yeah.
I only remember like
9,
5 or 6.
yeah.
You know, that's about it.
They had the 6. I can't.
They had like 7 different guys with beards. That's all I remember from them.
Yeah. I mean, I know there
Not
were 12.
great with character development.
Especially when they didn't. Yeah, especially when.
And then none of them died either, so that's
Yeah.
sort of just like, okay, yeah.
I figured at least 1 or 2 would die.
Mm-hmm.
And then at one point it crossed my mind that, like, what if they all die?
Sure.
Kind of like in Rogue One. You know how, like, everybody dies?
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I knew that Chris Hemsworth's character was going to survive because, like, I was scrolling through YouTube and one of the videos was like, the real actual guy, like in real life, his daughter was like so excited that Chris Hemsworth was playing her dad.
Okay.
You know, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into ratings and final thoughts. Wesley, what do you rate this movie?
I'd rate it like a 6.8.
All right, okay, but rounding it off, so 7, you would say?
6.5.
6.5. All right. Why so?
I mean, like I said, war movies aren't quite my thing, so I mean, it's not like I was really into it, but what they did with the movie, they made it interesting enough as it was. I mean,
I liked that,
I liked
like
it.
having history about like 9/11 and stuff
Yeah,
like that, and
yeah.
the results of it and stuff like that. I like that. This
um,
movie has it for only for like the first time watching it through. The second time, you're gonna be bored out of your mind for the first like half hour until you get to a battle, and then you'll
yeah,
maybe be into it, but you won't be as into it.
exactly.
6.5.
So what do you rate it?
So, yeah, I just
So
again
what's that average out to?
6.5. So it's 6.5 would be, it's an above average movie, but it's just it's one of those movies where it's really good, but you only watch it like once, maybe twice if you really want to watch it. War movie people, you'll find it okay. Like, it's nothing compared to Saving Private Ryan, and I think I remember
You love that movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. And probably maybe even Act of Valor might be better than this. Actually, no, I think this movie is better than Act of Valor. But yeah, in the end, it's not a bad movie, but it's just one go around and you're good, basically. So yeah, that averages out. 12 Strong is a 6.5. I think that's pretty good. Definitely worth watching.
6.5 strong.
6.5 strong. Yes, for 12 strong.
See, my jokes are better.
Whatever. All right. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please be sure to leave a like, comment down below what you thought about the movie or any movies you might like us to see in the future. This is actually the first video where it's just me and Wesley this time.
Yeah.
We need to get one where it's just you and Garrett.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool to do.
We're just gonna be arguing the whole time.
Yeah, probably.
That's all it's gonna be.
It's gonna be like an hour long.
Yeah, because I mean, we're gonna get through one part. You're the one that leads most of these anyway.
It's like, I really like this movie.
You're the one that takes notes.
I'll just give you my notes.
All right.
Well, I'll just talk in the background of the camera, like, yeah, this thing over here happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.
Hug that subscribe button.
Yeah, hug that subscribe button too. And also click that notification bell so you can get notifications for whenever we upload. For me personally, this year for the Rogue Island 2018, we're making a few changes. We're trying to get better graphics, better everything basically. I've been editing the videos a lot more. I've been like putting a day aside every week to just do that. You know, the thumbnails I really like. I made like a review thumbnail for everything. There's like, it's like in the corner and it'll say review in black and it's like yellow corner. So like it'll catch people's eyes so we can hopefully get more people. But yeah, this year we want to try to do better than last year. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the Rogue Island. My name's Trent.
And Wesley.
And we'll see you guys later.